Want to look at a question from the question paper of June 2024, and this is a question from paper 2 from the province of Eastern Cape. So our question reads, Uncle James bought a house and decided to do some renovations to the lounge area. He planned to change one of the walls in this room. So you are given the plan that we have there. In terms of the wall, you can see that the height is 2.1 meters, the length is 370 centimeters. So the first question is define the term perimeter with 2 marks. But obviously, perimeter is the total distance around the shape. The distance that we have around the shape is the perimeter. Or we can rather define a perimeter as the total distance around the edges, defining the outline of the shape. Between the two descriptions that we have given, we can come up with a proper description of a perimeter, whereby we are saying 1.1, we can define perimeter as the total distance around the shape. Moving on to this second question that we have, it reads, convert the length of the wall to meters. So we are seeing that the length is 370 centimeters, and we know that in terms of our 1.1.2, 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. And we want to convert 300 centimeters to meters. So we have 370 centimeters convert to meters. So the meters is the missing. So obviously we can make our 370 the numerator, whereby we are saying 370 centimeters over 100 centimeters times 1 meter. So with that, we see that it becomes. So if you divide there, it's going to be 3.7. This is meter. So we are converting to meters. It becomes 3.7 meters. So that is our final answer for converting 370 centimeters to a meter. So that's what we have on that part. We move on to the next question. To calculate the perimeter of the wall, you may use the formula perimeter is equal to length plus length as y plus height. So we can start by putting down our formula, whereby we are saying 1.1.3, and we are calculating the perimeter. We are saying it's equals to length plus length plus height plus height. So basically, this is the formula that we're going to use, and we know that the length, we have converted the length to meters to be 3.7. So we can say 3.7 meters plus 3.7 meters. And then we add the height. If we check the height, we are given it as 2.1 meters is given here. 2.1 meters. So we add 2.1 meters. We add again 2.1 meters. So we do that, we're going to get 11.6 meters. So that becomes our final answer. Then we move on to the next question, which is 1.2. Jameson will win a club cycling trophy if he is able to log at least 600 kilometers of cycling distance in a 7-month period. He cycles as follows. So we have the points in terms of how he cycles. Then we are given a note 1 kilometer is equal to 0.6214 miles. So we can take note of that conversion. when we are now answering the question. So 1.2.1, calculate in kilometers the distance cycled in the vineyard race. The vineyard race, we have it here, and the distance given in miles. So obviously, we have to convert it to kilometers using this rate, which is 1 kilometer is equals to 0.6214 miles. So in our answer section, we can start with that conversion that we have, which says 1 point, we are now on 1.2.1, whereby we are saying 1 kilometer is equals to 0.6214. 0.6214. Yes. And we want to convert 75 miles. So we have 75 miles. So that's the question mark. So this one becomes the numerator, the one that we want to convert becomes the numerator. So basically we are saying 75 over 0.6214, and then multiply by 1/1, which is 1 kilometer. And then we check what do we get. We are going to get 120. 120.69 520 52044. And we check how we have to round it off to one decimal place, whereby we've got a 6 and a 9 behind, which is 9, which is in the range 5 to 9. We change our 6 to 7, so it becomes 120.7. So that's what we have. So this becomes 120 kilometers. So check in terms of the next question that we have says, hence determine the total distance logged by Jameson throughout the period, give your answer in kilometers. So throughout the period, we are going to add the one for vineyard, which we got as 120.7 kilometers. So we are saying here we've got 120.7 kilometers. And then we add 114. We add 114.3 kilometers. We add 271 kilometers. We add 148.1 kilometers. So that's what we are going to calculate that one, which is now 1.2.2. Which is now total distance logged. Which is equal to 120.7 kilometers, is indicated here. Then we add 114.3 kilometers. We add 271 kilometers. We add 148.1 kilometers. So that is what we have. Then the total is going to be 654.1 kilometers. So that's what we have as our final answer. So we try to check in terms of the next question that we have. So this is what we have on the second part. Then we go to the next question. The next part is, it says the route. The route map of the mid-help Stellenbosch cycle tour is shown in Annexure A. So this is our Annexure A. So we can check in terms of our Annexure A. So this is what we have in terms of our Annexure A, which is the map that we have. So our first question is, name one town that is situated directly in the route. So we check any town that we are seeing. which is directly in the root, and we check in terms of the description that we have, which is of the mid-hub celebration toe. So this is the mid-hub celebration cycle toe. So according to what we have, we see that the town that we have is here, which is Pinel. So we can just indicate our Pinel, which is going to be 1.3.1. We have Pinel. Obviously, it is indicated in capital letters, whereby we say Pinel. Then we check in terms of the next question that we have, which reads, how many water points are available in the mid-hub syllable cycle toe? So we check in terms of that. We see that this is the sign for water points. So we check how many are they. We see that we've got 1 here. We have got 1 here. We've got the second one that we are seeing there. We have the third one here, the fourth one, and the fifth one. So we have 5. So we can indicate as such, whereby we have 5 water points. So with that, we can move on to the next question. Which national road crosses the route? So check a national road that we are seeing that is crossing the route there. Check according to the information that we have. So as we are seeing that we have N1 is indicated here. We have N1, so we indicate it as N1. So we have 1.3.3 N1. And then we check in terms of the next question that we have. In which general direction is Stellenbosch from Pinel? Stellenbosch from Pinel. So Stellenbosch is here. So which direction is it from Pinel? Pinel is here. So we can just try to see, because this is our Pinel. And we can see how we can try to see. And you see that Stellenbosch is from this point. So we can see that with the labels of our directions, we have our north, our east, our west, and then our south. So Stellenbosch, we see that it's in the middle of west and south. So it's going to be southwest. So Stellenbosch is southwest of Pinel. So that's how we can come up with that direction. So we are now saying 1.3.4. So we are saying south, which we can abbreviate as southwest. So that's what we have. We check in terms of the last question that we have. Identify the mountain pass situated on the route. Mountain pass, we can see that according to information given, we can clearly see that the mountain pass is given here, which is the Hell Showgate Pass. So we can state as such, whereby we now have 1.3.5. So this is what we have. We also got pass. So this becomes the last question that we have according to this video. So thank you for listening and hopefully the video was helpful. Let's meet again in the next video.